my quilting friends! My name is Leah Day, and in this video we are warming up and stitching the first row on our free motion quilting practice panel. So we're going to begin with just a little bit of a warm up, and I'm doing this mostly because this is the first quilting I'm doing today, and I really want to make sure that I have the right movement logged in before I start trying to form specific shapes. And the right movement means slow and steady wins the race. It means that I'm not trying to rush my curves. I'm not trying to speed demon my way through this. I want to take my time and make sure that I am using this practice panel the best way I possibly can. And the way I like to warm up, guys, is just these back and forth wiggly U shapes. So I just stitch down, turn a curve, come back up, turn a curve, come back down. Not only is this a great design just to make a simple movement, it's also a great design to check in on your tension. All right, it's time to start quilting along this design. This is a much bigger wiggly U-shaped design. So I'm going to get started. I'm trying to stay right on the line, but I do have a ruler foot base attached here. And this might not have been the best choice because I'm having a little trouble seeing my needle. And if I can't see my needle, then I'm not going to be able to follow that line perfectly. But our goal here is either to follow the line, but really our goal is to get that movement down, to be able to form that design and be able to form it freehand ourselves. So we had a dashed line for a bit, and now we're on our own. And so I'm aiming to create that shape the same size and shape that it was before. So this was my closest approximation to that. And really how I did that was by looking at the shape and kind of estimating my space between the foot and the edge there, the foot and the edge here. And then as I formed that, it informed my movement as I got further down and no longer had that solid or dashed line. Now, we could stop there, of course, and just practice that wiggly line, but I want to stitch this practice panel up a notch. So we are actually going to echo quilt this, and this is going to help us practice echo quilting. So I'm going to stitch up 1/4 inch away, and now this is the reason why I have this ruler foot attached. It's so I can clearly see that 1/4 inch, and I'm going to echo to one side. I'm carefully travel stitching up the edge of the practice panel and then carefully echoing up that edge. I really like that. Slow and steady wins the race. You can see just how slowly I'm moving. I like that, and I really like the effect of those echoes in that area. So you could just stitch what's printed on the practice panel. That's certainly open to you. It's your practice panel. Go with whatever you want to do with it. But I personally think it's going to be a great way to practice lots of other shapes, lots of other techniques too. And this technique, we're practicing both travel stitching. Travel stitching is when I stitch right on top of a previous line of stitching, as you can see, and echoing is stitching parallel, stitching a set distance from a previous line of stitching. So in this case, because I've got this ruler foot and it's just perfect for practicing 1/4 inch echoing, that's what I'm doing. So I had a little bit more space between all of these, so I decided to echo all the way back, and that's helping me get that smooth movement. Some of my echoes aren't exactly perfect, and that's a-okay. I'm going to keep practicing and stitching, and the more stitches I put into this, the better I'm going to get. So I'm going to travel stitch, and notice how much I slow down when I'm travel stitching. I cannot do that quickly yet. One day I'll probably be a little bit faster, but right now I need to slow down. And I'm just using the edge of that ruler foot as a guide, although I am forgiving myself whenever I veer over and stitch a little close. Let's try and do a little bit better. Not so fast, Leah. I think a large reason why I swung out that time and got my lines closer together is because I was going just a little bit too quick. So I have changed foot bases. This is an open toe foot that is included in the frame quilting foot set, and it gives me an open toe so I can clearly see the needle when I'm quilting on my frame. Whenever the machine is set up on a carriage and then it's facing this way, I need this open toe foot facing the direction that I'm looking at it. So I decided to quilt these wiggly U-shapes again and stitching them right up to that wiggly line, that first wiggly line we stitched, and then down to this bottom edge. And this is great practice, not only for echoing, guys, this is great practice for speed control. So this is something we don't think about a lot with free motion quilting on a frame. The fact that we really should be aiming to have a nice, steady, consistent speed. Now, of course, you have the ability to speed up and slow down when using a stitch regulator. And then if you're stitching with your foot pedal, you can, of course, compensate by speeding up and slowing down, pressing harder on the foot pedal. But whenever you are quilting on a frame, our goal is to maintain a steady speed, a steady movement, and that way we're not jerking the machine around. And I promise you, you give this enough practice, you're going to find a great improvement in your stitches overall. So that's it for this video. If you'd like to join in the fun, come and pick up a free motion quilting starter kit, which includes this fabric panel, backing, batting, thread, a fun free motion quilting starting guide, and more. So come and check this box out at leahday.com/FMQ start. Until next time, let's go quilt.